In our culture today, when we think of addictions, we typically think of alcohol or drugs or pornography. I was not into any of these three, but I certainly was into a number of other behaviors that I excused by saying, that's just the way I am, or even, that's the way God made me. Here's how it worked. God wired me with a warm and friendly personality. I enjoy being around people. I've learned how to be nice because I like being liked. According to Solomon's insightful words, God also created all of us with eternity in our hearts. We are hardwired to want to live forever, but we have a vacuum in our hearts, a hole that only God can fill. We try to fill that hole with many things. I try to fill that hole with niceness. So when life happens and there's an emotional trigger telling me stress just happened or it's just around the corner, I feel the vacuum and the need to be nice. If I will just be nice, I reason, everything will be okay. It's the easiest thing in the world to overuse a strength, but when we depend more on our strength than on God, our strength becomes our weakness. So when my pleasing personality became the center of my life in the form of compulsive Mr. Nice, I lost all sense that I was making constant choices to rely on the alcohol of Mr. Nice instead of relying upon God. Repeatedly, I lived in this cycle. An emotional trigger would come from some surprising incident causing stress. Then, a craving for peace and tranquility, a craving for the tension of the moment to disappear. Then there would be a little ritual, such as I would apologize or take responsibility for something that may not have been my responsibility at all. I so know how to do that. Then I would depend upon my Mr. Nice persona to try to mend the fence or try to bring back that sense that everything really was okay. Then inevitably I would feel guilty and embarrassed that the tension in the room ever happened in the first place. Then, after a space of time, there would be another emotional trigger and the cycle would happen over and over. In our next session, when we talk about change, we'll explain in more detail what it takes to change. But I can say that once I recognized how I had become a slave to the God of Mr. Nice and how this addiction had stolen my life so that I was not free to be real, not free to make necessary choices, my life began to turn a corner.